Hello and welcome to the I don't know, I think I will be the second or third episode. I don't know, it depends on whether or not we got that news channel up. But yeah, welcome to the official ProMC YouTube channel. This will be the first ProMcTips video with me. If you didn't see my intro, I'm the Inger, Mickey Inger, MC Inger, Fluffalophagus, or Ben. I haven't really decided on quite which name to go by yet. Probably gonna end up Fluffalophagus, not gonna lie. But anyway, let's go ahead and begin. So some things you should, or wow, I haven't even said what I'm doing. So I did see your suggestions about SG, and personally, I would like to do it, but I want to get through parkour first. I feel like parkour is just something that taunts everyone on the server. So if I could show you guys that it's actually not that hard, or not as hard as it looks, that would, I don't know, I guess that would be enough for me. But anyway, basically the easiest way to get through the parkour is through a checkpoint system. My personal checkpoint system that I go through has about 7 checkpoints and does cost about 175 emeralds. Don't worry about losing 175 emeralds though, even though you're losing, I don't know, maybe, yeah, 175 that we gained from the 500. That's still 325 emeralds that you're gonna get from doing the parkour. But anyway, oh, and I will also be showing you the no cheat plus spots, or basically what those are other spots where they're no cheat plus likes to try and bite the players, bring them back to whatever block they were standing on before. So yeah, I'll be showing you where those are, making sure you guys know not to sprint at certain points. But anyway, let's go ahead and begin. So basically for the first part coming up here, this part, I love it. It's so easy. To me, it seems, is single block jumps. You can sprint through it. I myself, I can't sprint through it. I don't know why. It just, every time I try, that's probably the best I can do. But yeah. Also, you guys know that, I just remembered, guys know the parkour isn't impossible. It's not really even that hard. I know it seems like it, but really once you get through checkpoint, or once you get to checkpoint 1, it gets really easy. It's kind of like backwards, I guess you could say. But anyway, here's the first trouble spot. Basically, this spot is, I guess you should understand block jumps and physics of Minecraft as much as someone might know, then you could just single block jump this, but I myself like to sprint through this because it just seems easier to me, and it just seems, I don't know, so much easier. And then we come up to the first tree. I love this tree. I named this tree Fred. If you guys want to go on with that, he's personally my best friend, because Fred don't need no man. Fred don't even need sunlight. Fred lives in space. But anyway, going on to the next thing, we're on to the first checkpoint in the checkpoint system. Basically you want to set your checkpoint here, because running through all that could get annoying. So if you set your checkpoint here, you don't have to. This is just my checkpoint system. It just seems easier to me. And then once you set your checkpoint here, you can sprint straight through this until you get to about this block here. Now this is one of 2 blocks like this that have a special jump. Now this jump has one of 2 options. I'm going to go ahead and set my second checkpoint here. Ooh. Okay. But anyway, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Either you can set your checkpoint on the corner here and kind of crouch your way to the corner and make sure you're at a good spot, and just sprint your way across. I just failed like that. Or you can come back a couple of blocks. It doesn't matter how far back you go, just as long as you can sprint and sprint through it. Oop. Let me try and get this for you guys. Sprint. Oh, dang. Don't worry. Parkour makes me cry too at sometimes. I have done them both ways, and I can promise you that both ways do work, even though they're both not 100%. Both are kind of iffy. You kind of gotta be able to time. If you want to make it every time, you need to be able to practice the timing on the block and how long you stay on each block. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead. You guys can test that for yourself, because I don't want to spend too long on it. But anyway, moving on. The rest of those are sprint jumps until we get about here. Now, the thing about this block that makes this block so special, or this jump, is this is honestly the hardest jump through all of the parkour. I promise you. It may seem like it's that jump. No, it's this jump. Basically, in my checkpoint system, I put a checkpoint here. If you don't feel like there needs to be a checkpoint there, you can go ahead and say, no, screw that checkpoint. You're wrong. You don't need it there. But anyway, let me go on. Ooh, a hub restart. I may have to finish this in another hub. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and set another checkpoint here. Basically, we set the checkpoint here so that we can jump through all this. Hold on. Okay. Basically, you want to set your checkpoint on this block here because there's a no cheat plus thing around there, back about right there. I don't worry, the hub counter, I'm watching it. Oh, in case you guys ever are afraid of losing your checkpoint, or you want your checkpoint to stay and there's a restart coming up, all you have to do is switch hubs. Hub switch is a guaranteed way to save your checkpoint. Like, here, I'll go back over to the parkour here, and there we go, right back where I was. But yeah, there's a no cheat plus spot somewhere up there. I'll show you as soon as I get up there. That you're gonna want to be careful, be kind of slowed down for, so that it doesn't lag you back and force you to go all the way back there. So it's around here that you want to slow down. Oop. Dang, I keep falling too. Because if you just want to take a quick break and chill here for like 2 seconds before you go and jump to that block, because you know parkour is hard. My legs are honestly tired. I mean, look at them. They are beat. I'm trying. Okay. They are absolutely beat. I am worn out, and I haven't even made it halfway to the first checkpoint. So I need a little break. But anyway, moving on to this. Once you get around here, you can just continue to sprint jump until about here. You're going to want to take a break, not because of a no cheat plus spot, but because this is quite a sharp turn, and you're going to want to slow down to make sure you don't just continue going off that way and fall down like a shooting star. I don't know, maybe if you do, you'll eventually hit some planet. But anyway, we made it to checkpoint 1. I went ahead and set my checkpoint with the checkpoint zombie, and I'm gonna go ahead and start here. You can start wherever. I prefer this block right here, and move on to doing the first checkpoint part of parkour. So, oop, there was a no cheat plus spot. There's a couple of no cheat plus spots that kind of pop up out of nowhere that aren't there all the time. This was one right here. Okay. But there's this spot right here. There's another spawn over there. But either way, you know what? It's not. I don't know. It's not really something that's always there, and not really something to really worry about. Here is another checkpoint spot. I think this is the fourth one. And basically, the only reason you want to set your checkpoint here is it's gonna have part way into the checkpoint, and you don't want to have to sprint through this every time. And these jumps here can be kind of hard. Basically, with these jumps, you're gonna want to try and land on every corner and jump off of every corner in the next two jumps. And so, setting a checkpoint there is kind of like reassuring yourself to not or not have to reset from the beginning of the checkpoint. But anyway, moving on to the next trouble spot. All these are sprint jumps. People are finishing parkour. People are showing me a bunch. I had a little bit of no cheat buzz. Don't worry, by the way, that was a delayed reaction. The audio and video are not delayed, it's just I had a delayed reaction. Moving up to here. Here is another trouble spot. This is another one of those jumps where you have two options. And another checkpoint spot. Ooh, he's got my skin too, except a different character behind it. But anyway, this jump here, you can either just try and sprint across like that, which is pretty, I guess, a more surefire way to make that jump, or you can jump back here and sprint jump from back there. Either way, it's easy. Alright, here is, this jump has confused me so much. I always see it and I always want to try and land on it, but you really don't need to. You can jump across that gap and not have any kind of problems, and it confused me too, don't worry. When I actually found out about that, I was a little bit upset with myself that I didn't notice it before, but don't worry, it's not as bad as you think. It's just jump across and then you can move on with the rest of the parkour. You're also going to want to slow down around here, because I believe there is another checkpoint spot somewhere around here, or not another checkpoint spot, another no cheat plus spot. So but all through there, and then as you just saw where I started running, that's basically the spot where you can continue moving. I wish I could point at it somewhere back there. Right, and we've made it to checkpoint 2, which is cool. So as I go through these next couple of easy jumps until I get to the next trouble spot, I just quickly want to say another tip that you can do, or a couple more tips that you can do, is basically there's two tips that I can give you here. One, or I guess it's one, we've all set our checkpoint midair. I have yet to meet someone who hasn't done it yet, and it's just honestly the worst thing ever to set your checkpoint midair, especially after working so hard on the parkour. So a way to avoid that is when you're actually going through the jumps, don't pull out your checkpoint setting feather. Hold out your return to checkpoint feather or the magic clock. Definitely not the exit parkour, that would suck just as bad. And so basically, when you feel like you should set a checkpoint right, instead just pressing the feather on the clock and not setting your checkpoint in the air. And then when you actually do want to set your checkpoint, make sure you are absolutely on the block, crouching and everything, and then set your checkpoint while crouching. That way you can't fall off and accidentally set your checkpoint midair while trying to set it after you've made the jump, which also sucks, maybe even more. But anyway, let's let me go back to the trouble spot that I was at. Oh, another thing is, try your best not to be angry at the parkour. I know it's pretty hard, but what I've noticed through myself is it's not really, it doesn't help being angry at the parkour. Getting angry at it actually makes it harder because every jump kind of just seems to frustrate you, or everything you do wrong just seems to frustrate you. So instead of doing that, just kind of try and laugh and everything, like, oh, whoops, I fell off, kind of stuff like that. Even if it's not really a laugh, if you're still mad at it, just laugh at it anyway. Eventually you'll just be like, oh, and your brain will start to think, oh, that is something to laugh at. So even though you might hate it, you're still laughing at it, and it's not as bad, and it's not causing so much of an effect. But anyway, back to trouble spots and stuff. This is another checkpoint spot. This spot is a checkpoint spot simply because when you're running up this hill here, I guess. Oh, by the way, there is a no cheat plus spot here, one of the vanishing ones that I was talking about earlier. When you get up here, I know you're gonna want to just be a speed demon and try your best to just ignore that this is a really sharp turn like I just did, and just try and get through it. But that is not, it doesn't always work when doing that, and it can be very frustrating to go all the way back. It is just easier to set your checkpoint here midway at the turn and then just keep on going from there. Around here you're going to want to slow down again, because if you saw that I had a little bit of no cheat plus, so maybe stop on that block and then kind of just chill here, go a little bit slower, make sure it doesn't lag you back anymore until you get about here. So now we're at this giant antenna thing. I myself don't know what this is, but this jump is pretty much a jump with 4 different options. You can either jump from running down this and jump from here, you can run down this and jump from here, or I guess 6 different options. You could also just jump from this block, or this block, or you can jump from just this block here, or what I prefer to do is I like to go to the corner here, crouch, and just sprint across. But anyway, we're on to checkpoint 3. This checkpoint is the easiest checkpoint. Basically all you gotta do is just sprint through, or sprint jump through. No real checkpoints or problems there, or problem spots, except there is one spot near the end here. Let me get to it. Around these jumps here, where no cheat plus likes to bite again and scare people, and I don't know. I myself don't know how to feel about the no cheat plus there, because it has messed me up quite a few times. But if you slow down and take your jumps carefully when you get over here, then it shouldn't be so bad. Okay, as I get to the satellite here, which I'm gonna name Gregory, because he's my best bud, I'm gonna go ahead and, hold on. Oh, spelling wrong. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and jump up this trampoline block, and woohoo! We've made it. Oh, don't worry if you land here, by the way, or don't make it up to that platform, because it is just as simple to run straight off and come back up here. So basically, in the parkour, see, it is still kind of hard, not as hard as many people portray it, and it's actually just more complicated. You need to know where to set things, you need to know where to slow down, kind of stuff like that. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I may have lied about waiting until I was better to record this. I'm actually still sick, but shouldn't be a problem. I think I'm getting a lot better, so Also, be looking out for the other videos. I believe the next video to come up would be the next commentary with Lemon, and then another video from me on Thursday, another tips and tricks. If you, and I'm going to quickly ask if you could leave me a comment of which kit or map you want to see of SG in the comment section below. I will go ahead and do that. Or if you want to see tips and tricks on how to try and get the achievements, like that, I know we don't have all the achievements out yet. Let me see if we have arcade. Nope, just survival games and global. As you can see, for some of these achievements, I don't have all of them, but I do have quite a few. So, you can ask me for the achievements, and I'll gladly try and show you how to do the achievements, or tips and tricks on how to get those. Arcade games, if that seems to be more apparent than SG in the comment section of this video. But I hope you all enjoyed. I love you all, and I'll see you on Thursday.